Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to HIMediaTV. I am your host, Evan from HIMediaTV, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to HIMediaTV. And I'm just reviewing stuff while trying out Raider for the first time. When it comes to the Everdark Sovereign line of bosses in Elden Ring Night Rain, it is very, very fun and interesting. Although I will say they are, at least for the first one, which is in this case Adele, Baron of Night. Um, it is, for all intents and purposes, not the same boss as his base form. His base form has, some AoEs that you can jump over and are not that bad to deal with. He had some grabs that are certainly dodgeable, but not the worst. And he has like a grab that will deal blood loss to you and things of that nature, along with like an explosion ability that will deal you a shit ton of damage. But depending on your character and your damage negation, it's not really so much of an issue that you gotta worry. That being said, when it comes to this shit, when it comes to the Everdark Sovereign Adele Baron of Night, it is irritating to say the least. Primarily because when you're playing a physical character, specifically a frontline character like Raider or Executor, you end up having to deal with grab spam and which is not within itself that big of a deal. That is more than anything very manageable. What isn't manageable is how fast he moves. Adele, Baron of Night, the Everdark Sovereign, is it's a backline fight. It is ostensibly just a backline fight. When I say it's a backline fight, I mean your main damage dealers are going to be Iron Eye, Recluse, and incantations spanning Revenant. Honest to God, Recluse is probably best suited here because but oh, Evan, there's no decent poison or rot based spells and incantations. You know what? You're right. It doesn't matter. This motherfucker has a level of power and defenses that would make, Havel weak. It's a little bit ass. And as such, I'm gonna be real with you. I can't necessarily say that going for poison is really gonna matter. When it comes to doing anything really with uh Adele, you are really just trying to stay the fuck alive. It is much more difficult than the current Everdark Sovereign, the Dark Drift Knight, which I will be recording a thingamadoohickey for that uh myself. So keep an eye out for that. That's gonna be another one. I I'll be real. As much as I do enjoy Elden Ring Night Rain, and Adele the Baron of Night was a enemy that I was able to kill by not even by myself, but like on one run I had no issues with his base form whatsoever. Can't say that shit about the Everdark Sovereign. Let's dig into some reasons why his version is kind of a nightmare. So the first thing is that similar to base Adele, this is a case of hey, we're going to be flying all over the place. So me as a recluse main, not really having that much of an issue with it per se. But what is an issue is ostensibly his new mechanics. The first of all is an edit to current mechanics. He starts basically in his second phase. Same color palette and all that. the AoE ground spam is ever present, which wouldn't be an issue if some things like his grab, ladies and gentlemen, were not infinite. And what I mean by that is that normally when you get grabbed by the his grab attack in his jaws, blood loss buildup happens, you get more damage done to you, but then he spits you out. You don't get spit out here. That does not happen. That is not a reality. Like you're getting smacked repeatedly around. Um, and he will not stop biting you until either you die or your teammates are competent enough to stance break in, which kind of sucks ass, but I understand. What can you do? Either way, when it comes to his newest things, he is a lot more liberal with his final death move, which is the electricity explosion that you get, which is fine, whatever, that's doable. Problem is that there is a insta kill mechanic embedded in his fight now, and that is the fact that, hey, uh, if you wanna see the wind in on your skin, get fucked. Yeah, he basically makes a giant. He flies all the way the fuck around the map, builds a giant fucking tornado, and yeah, fuck you. It's just nothing except a giant fuck you. Which, like, whatever, I guess. But I'll be honest, I uh basically, if you get killed with this, their spirit, like, if you don't get killed, you have to run basically immediately to the edge of the map. You get to the edge of the map, Mazel tov! You now don't have to worry about necessarily getting um insta kill. Great, but you're immediately going to start taking chip damage, and you have to jump into a spirit stream that spawns around it. And now a very mobile boss that is able to close distances and have lots of AoEs now requires you to be in a very tight, very intimate configuration of the map. It's kind of a fucking nightmare. All of the same, incredibly fast grabs. He hits much, much, much harder than he used to. And again, he's still flying and flipping around the map. You squid. This is not a boss that you were bringing a Duchess to. This is not even a boss I would even bring a Revenant to. This is a boss exclusively for Guardian, Iron Eye, Recluse. Maybe an Executor if they know what the fuck they're doing. 9 times out of 10, they're like, you get people who are just weebs. 1 times out of 10, you get someone who has cleared Sekiro repeatedly. Those guys are great to have. Unfortunately, I am just filled with dread every time I see a Executor, but that's a video for another day. In the meantime, I think I'm glad it's been settled out of rotation. I got really tired of fighting it. Its sigil is very favorable to critical hits and stuff like that. Something famously that you really don't get to do much because of how much this cocksucker's moving. But I digress. The Everdark Sovereign Gaping Jaw was a interesting fight. It certainly had its place, and it was interesting for what it was. I can't say I am in love with it, but man, I'll give credit where credit's due. They did a pretty damn interesting job with it. Ah, you son of a bitch. Die, you fucking horse bastard. Either way. ladies and gentlemen, that is kind of like my slapdash review of the Gaping Jaw, Everdark Sovereign, Adele the Baron of Night, Mr. Sir Lightning spams a lot and will not sit still. It's kind of like the quintessential ADHD boss, if I do say so myself. We're gonna be covering the Dark Drift Knight next. Uh, that one's gonna be fun, maybe pretty interesting. So we'll see. I did not mean to do that. Well, typical Raider shit. Say la vie. Have a good one, everybody. I'm gonna send you to end screen Devins.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you want to talk to me outside of this video, outside of live streams, or just join the community and be a part of it, you can do so at HIMediaTV/Discord. Discord links there. We'd love to have you. And given the financial situation of the economy right now, I know this is a tall ask, but if you have the scratch to spare, please consider donating and becoming a supporter at HIMedia.gg/tip. All of our perks are serviced through our Discord channel, including early access videos, exclusive videos, and more. Your generosity is a blessing, and $1 a month is a boon to my mental health. Thank you so very much for watching. I appreciate you, and have a great day.